Hey, salutations, this is James, and I wanted to try something a little different. This is going to be a longer form review of a current event, and if it's successful, this might be something I try more frequently. So right now in Marvel, we have an event called One World Under Doom. It's 40% done, and I'm saying it's 40% done because we have 2 issues of the main title that have been out. Came out in February. This is the March issue, and we have 3 more issues to go. So this is going to go into the early summer. This is somewhat of a line-wide event in that it is affecting most of the books produced by Marvel, with some exceptions, and this is something I was reflecting on today, with the exception of the X books. None of the mutant titles have been affected by this, which is kind of interesting that Marvel is compartmentalizing that title. Apologize, you hear my dog in the background. He's talking to, I think there's a cat across the street. Anyway, let's get back to it. So with this, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up. When you see it, though, I'm going to jump past this. With this, we have, and we can see it in the back right here. Let's go back to, here's the checklist for February, March, and you can see it's affecting a variety of titles from Red Hulk, going into Iron Man, Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man, on and on and on. With this, we have Doctor Doom, that's on the cover. This is the Doomosaur variant. We have Doctor Doom seemingly having taken over the world. And there's some things you need to understand to really immerse yourself into this event. First off, one thing that I realized as a reader, and Marvel I don't think was really good about advertising it. While it's awesome that they have a checklist like this in the back, they're not indicating, well, what are the books you need to get to really enjoy this event, and what are the titles that are more tie-ins and you can skip them. Really what it comes out, at least based on 40% of the event so far, if you want to enjoy this title for what it is, you just need One World Under Doom, this 5-issue miniseries, and then you'll be able to enjoy what's going on. Now, that said, there's some other titles that are going to be really advantageous to read to get the fuller picture. Okay, to start with, and this is not an event, or I'm sorry, a title that I read, but I'm aware of. Doctor Doom in this event is the Sorcerer Supreme. This came out as a consequence of last year's Blood Hunt event. That was the Marvel's big summertime event where vampires tried to take over the world. Now, I don't understand all the nuances of that because I didn't read it. The only books that I saw that had anything to do with it were kind of connected to books I was pulling. So Fantastic Four, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. So let's get a little deeper into this, though. Okay, to begin, Fantastic Four issue number 28 is the prologue for this title. In this, the Fantastic Four are sent to a magical reality with the help of Black Knight. You can see right here on the cover. And this is a little bit of a spoiler. Black Knight is being manipulated by Doctor Doom. So they go to back to World War I. They're looking for this sword that, according to Black Knight, is going to help them pierce this shield, this magical shield that Doctor Doom has had covering Latveria for most of Ryan North's run. Okay, when we get there, there's kind of a plot twist. They find out they're being manipulated by Doctor Doom. I'm not going to spoil that part of the story. It's an interesting standalone title, or standalone story, like most of Ryan North's run is. And then when they get back to the present day, they find out that Doom has taken over the world. Now, this is kind of a trope, and initially I didn't really enjoy this, that we don't get to see how Doctor Doom has taken over the world, just that he has. But as we're going deeper into the series, what I'm finding is that, I'm sorry, I'm moving some comic books off screen. what we're finding is that this story, what Ryan North is trying to tell, isn't about how did Doctor Doom take over the world and how are the heroes responding by fighting back, which is, again, a trope. We saw that in the Avengers movie in the MCU, where the Avengers were fighting against Thanos, and it was a fisticuff brawl. This isn't the story that Ryan North is telling. So when you go into this, knowing that is going to be helpful, that you're not going to see a throwdown, at least in the first 40%, between Doctor Doom and the people that are opposing him. And I'm going to be honest, after the first 2 issues, and this is going to be spoiler-free review with this part of the video, in the first 2 issues, Doctor Doom is almost coming across as the protagonist, that the heroes, as they're opposing him, are actually, they're not actually looking out for the best interests of the world. And I think that is a wonderful play by Ryan North. But let's get to this. There's a couple things you do need to know to enjoy this. First, and this is coming out of Ryan North's run, you can see on the cover, I called this the Doomosaur variant. Here is issue number 2. I'm pulling all the Doomosaur variants because just the idea of Doctor Doom as a dinosaur is really funny to me. It's fun. Anyway, this goes back to a 2-issue story. And if you can get these, I totally recommend this. Ryan North's entire run has been a series of one-ofs. Like, there's been some overarching stories that have been going on. The one involving Reed Richards trying to figure out what Doom is doing is one of those. But for the most part, what we're seeing is a very serial one, sometimes, and this was a 2-issue story, so a reader can jump in, they can enjoy the story, and then if they decide that Fantastic Four isn't their cup of tea, it's not a big deal. But every issue, therefore, becomes an on-ramp. So this is issue number 12 and number 13, and you can see right here, here is the first cover appearance of Victor Von Doomosaur, being written by the 616 Doctor Doom. In this, the Fantastic Four are shifted to a different universe, a different reality. Remember, 616 believes in the multiverse, in which dinosaurs is the primary life form, and there are dinosaur equivalents of all the characters in the 616 universe. So you see right here, here's the dinosaur variant of Thor, there's a dinosaur Iron Man, a dinosaur Fantastic Four, okay, and a dinosaur variant of Victor Von Doom. Okay, Doom becomes aware of this universe, and so here we see an ally, it appears, in the current One World Under Doom miniseries. It is a fun 2-issue story. It doesn't go any further than this. If you like dinosaurs, totally recommend this. This is the Alex Ross covers. Alex Ross did the first, I'm going to say 20 or so covers of Fantastic Four, and he was swinging with the fences for this. So this is going to help you understand what's going on. They do these nice infographics at the front, and I got to give Ryan North credit for doing this. So here we see each issue kind of has this spread right here, giving you an idea of what's going on. And this is the infographic I'm talking about here. So we see the major characters that are going to show up in this story. We got Victor Von Doom, Baron Zemo, leader of Hydra. We have the Avengers. This might be a different mix than you've seen before, but you recognize some of the characters from MCU movies. Then we have the Fantastic Four. A key character we don't see in this issue is Reed Richards and the Invisible Woman's daughter, Valeria Richards. She becomes important moving forward, at least in the second issue. Again, spoiler-free, but Doom is Valeria Richards' godfather. There's a lot of complication to this. This you'd have to go back to the Volume 3 Fantastic Four run from the early 2000s. I think it came out 2002, 2003. You're looking at issue 50 and 54 with the reintroduction of Valeria Richards. She originally showed up in Volume 1, but that's like way back, early 80s. So anyway, Doom is her godfather. To get a better sense of that relationship, I recommend finding a copy of Doom. This was by Jonathan Hickman. Came out just in 2024. It's a one-shot, and it talks about kind of the end of the universe as we know it. In this, Doom and Valeria Richards play a key role, and you get a strong sense of their relationship. So if you can grab a copy of this, it is really fun. I went with this variant cover because I thought it was super cool. Anyway, so definitely recommend this. So what we have going on then in Doom is the main story, and then in the adjacent books, getting back to it, I'm sorry, I'm shifting some comics around off scene. So here we have, and these are out of order. Okay, so here we have, and all of the comics that are a part of this have the One World Under Doom banner head up at the top. This one would have it too, except I pulled this really cool variant cover instead. This kind of lays the groundwork for what the Fantastic Four are doing, what their thinking is, and much like the rest of Ryan North's run, it is a series of one-shots, in effect, one-of stories from different characters' perspectives. So this one right here focuses on Ben, She-Hulk, and the Invisible Woman in an outing in New York City. And they're taking in what's going on and how things are going on. One play from Blood Hunt that is going to be important for this is just understanding that vampires are a thing in the 616 universe, and there are many people that are still vampires that have not been cured from vampirism. Also a part of that, though, they can exist. They can walk around in sunlight. And so you're going to see a lot of vampires just walking around. They're a minority of the population, and it's clear this is an analogy for something. I'm not sure yet where Ryan North is going with it, but vampires are seen as second-class citizens in the United States. So part of this story here deals with that. You don't see a lot of interaction with Doom or the big event story. It's more tangential to that. And I suspect most of the comics that have this banner are going to be like that, where it's not key to the larger line-wide event, but it's more specific to the collateral effect. And so what I like about Ryan North's Fantastic Four run, and this issue really shows it, it's really character focused, relationship focused. And so while this One World Under Doom event is going on in the background, it's really about the characters and how they're coping with it. In the next issue, again, it's written in a very similar way. It's more character driven. Here the main character is Ben. And I'm not going to spoil what happens. It actually happens in issue number 2 of One World Under Doom. Anyway, he's dealing with the consequences of something Doom did to him. And again, it's very character specific, very character driven. It's pulling in some of the background mythology of the Fantastic Four in this. Great story, but we don't see a lot of movement on the main event. The main event is telling a different story. And what's coming out with this, and I'm going to end with this, the main event really is about what would the world be like if a supervillain, a super genius supervillain, took over the world. What would that mean if they were trying to rule with some sense of benevolence? So we end up having, written by the same writer, 2 different stories going on. In the main title, we have Doom, and it's more about the role of government in people's life. What would a one world government look like? And then in the Fantastic Four title, it's more about how characters are dealing with that kind of on the ground, street level interaction with the world Doom is creating. So that's it. If you liked this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment so that way I know that longer form reviews might be something that you would enjoy. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to read more comics.